Hey guys, I'm Jason Fun here with another episode of Commander How To. Um, Today we're going to go over Tibor and Lumia. Sorry, I just completely butchered that name. Um, so pretty much it's a 3/3 for 4, a blue, a red, and two colorless. And what he does is whenever you play a blue spell, target creature gains flying until end of turn. And whenever you play a red spell, Tibor and Lumia deal one damage to each creature without flying. So I'm gonna help and go through some ways that abuse this ability to its full potential. Now with this deck, it's more commander based. I mean, obviously you can win without your commander. All this is just a cheeky little deck with it's not going to win very often, but you're going to have a lot of fun playing it. It's just kind of one of those things where I just feel like having fun, so I'm going to play this. Um, so yeah, let's get into the first card that we have here. Okay, the first card we're going to go over is Basilisk Scholar. Now, you're probably wondering what this is doing in here, but if you go back and see Tibor and Lumia's ability, when you play a red spell, it deals one damage to each creature without flying. So Tibor and Lumia themselves are the ones that are actually dealing the damage. So it gives them lifelink and death touch. So you play a red spell, it pings everything, death touch goes off and kills all of them, and you gain a life for each creature that was dealt damage. So it's a board wipe when you need it, pretty much. Um, Now, obviously, you'd like to give them flying with like levitation or something along those lines. But I mean, it's not necessary. Uh, it's really not. But yeah, it's just like I said, this deck is just really cheeky and it's really fun to play. The next card we're gonna go over is Nico T. It's a 3-drop equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, whenever equipped creature deals damage to a creature, tap that creature. As long as Nico T remains in play, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Now, whenever equipped creature deals damage to a player, that player loses 1 life. So it's kind of funny because you can build Tibor and Lumia completely equipment based, and you can go Voltron General, which is really, really funny to watch. Um, or you can go more control-y, which is recommended. If you went Voltron, you probably have a much higher chance of winning than Control, which sounds weird, but Voltron Generals usually seem to do pretty well. I mean, you just slap in like a Dark Steel Plate or something like that. I mean, it's not. It's not. It'd be fun. I'm actually kind of thinking about making this deck, but we'll see. So the next card we're gonna go over is Levitation is the next card we're gonna go over. Now, if you look back to Tibor and Lumia's ability, it gives you play a red spell, it deals 1 damage to everything. That isn't really relevant, but it deals 1 damage to everything that doesn't have flying. So if you have the Basilisk Collar on Tibor and Lumia, it's going to kill your creature. If you play a red spell, it's going to kill Tibor and Lumia because it doesn't say each other creature. It's 1 damage to every creature. But if you have this, it'll be out of reach of its ability. And so will all of your creatures. So it'd be a one-sided board wipe and be really, really annoying for the other person. But yeah. Now, if you're going to go with this build, you have to have this card. Charisma is absolutely amazing in this build. Um, what it does is whenever enchanted creature deals deals damage to a creature. Sorry, I'm looking at pictures with really small text, so it's hard for me to see. Um, anyways, whenever enchanted creature deals damage to a creature, you control that creature for as long as charisma remains in play. So you have that out, and then play a red spell. It takes everything from their side, and you just kind of sit there and chuckle as you beat them down with their own creatures. I mean, not a lot has to really be said about this card. It's pretty self-explanatory. Um, but yeah, the next card we're going to go over is... Okay, Mimic Vat. This card does not necessarily have to be included in every build, but it's just something I would recommend because you start wiping the board over and over again. You can take one of their creatures that you like, and you can make a copy of it. So, I mean, it's really, I mean, you could take one of their Titans and use the ability over and over and over and over every turn, which would be really good with Grave Titan because the tokens wouldn't get exiled along with him. And you could pick Frost Titan to tap down their stuff. I mean, the Mimic Vat is really, really underrated and underused, especially in a deck like this. Now, I'm going to put this out there. This is not the only way you can build Tibor and Lumia. This is just the way that I would recommend. I don't know everything about Commander. I'm not the master of Commander or anything, but I play a lot of it. And this is just my personal view on this general. Like I've said before, this series is just my perspective of the Commander that I'm talking about in the video. You can disagree with me. Feedback would be great, actually. Yeah. Now, the last card we're going to go over is Scythe of the Wretched. It is a 2-drop equipment. It gives a equipped creature +2/+2. Whenever a creature dealt damage by a equipped creature this turn is put into the graveyard, return that creature to play under your control and attach Scythe of the Wretched to it. So, nuking the board. And now, actually, I don't know how this would work as far as the stack goes, because if you wipe the whole board, I don't know if the ability would go off each individual time, but it might. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I'll put, like, further ruling in an annotation or something. But it's really good. Now, that was my Commander how-to. If you have any questions, PM me. But other than that, I mean, thanks for watching.